I vowed not to do this again. What are we doing, Paul?
Well, as they say in The Godfather, just when you're out, they pull you back in. Now, we start with apparently the wedding of the century. You ready?
Ooh.
There was this moment where our private secretary, she'd worked for the Queen for almost, I think, 20 years. And what she said to me was, it's like this fish that's like swimming perfectly, powerful, it's on the right current. And then one day this little organism comes in, this foreign organism.
What weird analogy was that? It didn't make any sense. I bet that woman never actually said that.
100%.
And the entire thing goes, what is that? What is it doing here? It doesn't look like us. It doesn't move like us. We don't like it. Get it off of us.
There's some rather polarised opinions.
I say it's doomed.
Oh.
I mean, how does their narrative even make sense? That we've got this deeply racist media, royal family, and the country and the world, presumably, and yet she was absolutely not only accepted but presented as some just, you know, the best thing that had happened to this family in years.
Yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! It's Harry and Meghan's big day. God save Queen.
I looked this up. This thing happened, I think, in the middle of the night. 5.5 million Australians watched them get married, right? That is more than the final of the Australian Open, any reality show. Like, it was one of the biggest things of the 21st century was people watching. And they weren't hate watching, they were cheering on.
Oh, at the time, because I remember I was in a very small minority of people who was not buying into this and marvelling at everyone having this mass delusion in my mind when they actually find out about you and realise they don't like you anymore. To paint that as racist is just so disingenuous.
Some people would say that you were judgmental from the start. I say clairvoyant.
I say just, you know, had eyes and ears.
Harry's dad is very charming. And I said to him, like, I've lost my dad in this.
Well, no.
No.
You dumped your dad. Your dad's okay. He's not dead.
Your dad's quite findable.
H and I are really, really good at finding each other.
Stop with the H. Stop with the H and the M and the cutie names. It's such baby talk.
Don't need to shorten Harry. Could shorten this bloody reality series. Can we actually call it what it is? Because even documentary, it's not a documentary. This is a cheap and tacky reality series without the entertainment value of a Real Housewives or the Kardashians. But this is what this is, a 6-part reality series that they got paid how much for?
I think it is a therapy session in 4K where we only hear one side of the whole thing, and if you go on the journey with them, then you're going to be cleansed of all of the evils of racism and institutional awfulness of something she chose to join.
You know what they really have an issue with? I think there's 2 things. One, the fact that they're not the most special in the royal family. And they thought they would be
100%.
because Harry was the most popular along with the Queen, and she was an actress, so she thought she was like Grace Kelly coming in. No, there's Kate and Will, they're the future King and Queen, they're the ones the public warms to more. That's just reality. Then you've got the fact that they started, after all the unchecked adulation, there started to be a few negative stories as anyone in the public. And that's what it's not the media intrusion, it's the negative narrative that they just could not cope with.
I just really wanted the music to be fun. Even our first dance, Song of a Thousand Dances, a Thousand, I always get it wrong.
No.
So special was this song, she doesn't know what the name of it is. Ugh.
This is so self-indulgent. You were basically going back through the wedding, reminiscing about the wedding and the reception and what we wore and how we danced.
We know, we saw it.
Netflix must be the biggest mugs in the world to be paying out. I mean, you know, there's rumours of 100 million, even if it was 10 million, and I think it was a lot closer to 100, for this.
A modernisation that would...
The People's
you can't
Princess.
remember.
Did you see the front magazine?
That's part of the racism. Remember the horrific racism, Rita?
Yes, Brexit. Remember? It was all because of Brexit. Remember the last episode where they tried to blame Brexit?
By the way, Nigel Farage told me that he says all of this is so she can one day run for Congress.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely think she's got ambitions of, you know, she's apparently close to Hillary Clinton. She's close to Stacey Abrams and a few other Democrats. And you know what? In California, an inanimate carbon rod could get elected for the Democrats. I was still at the wedding. For the love of God, someone bring me some wine.
Kill me!
If you are writing the royal family story as a novel, it's almost at this point in its history that you would want to...
We are going to have a novel because Harry's going to be releasing his memoirs in January.
And then
Can't
the
you
musical.
wait?
Imagine Meghan the musical on Broadway.
Is it just everyone sitting around in a circle crying?
The audience sleeping.